Hey guys, what's going on? It's WillBits here. I've spent a decent portion of the evening just kind of trying to express what I think is like my disappointment right now with what's going on with the game in general, and I was typing up what ended up being like a 4 or 5 page rant, and in reading back over it, I don't really like it. It wasn't funny, it wasn't fun, it was just entirely too negative, and I don't really want to be that right now. I'm working pretty hard at a day job right now, and the last thing I want to do is spend hours editing together a video that's just ranting at you guys. Loot boxes suck. Loot boxes, especially when it's the only thing going on in a game, really sucks, especially when it is a bottomless loot box with no alternate way to get the thing that you want. And for about a month now, that's been the primary thing that we've been getting, unapologetically, and I'm just disappointed. I could go into the history, I could go into the failings, I could go into the ways to fix it, but at this point, I think it's intentional, and it's just really disappointing. We have a 2-week event that's been going on, and the characters that were in the previous crate went away. It was not really properly advertised until about a day before it went live, and they gave, not even a day, it wasn't really properly advertised until like a few hours before it was going to happen. And then in a panic, they kind of gave us an extra day, but it's still just, bottomless loot boxes are one of those things that you could dump money into it and never actually get the thing that you want, because there wasn't any kind of, from what I can tell, pity timer or anything in it. And it's just bad that they just, that was the entire event. That was it. Grinding for boxes for a chance to get boxes that have more chances. It's really aggressively just crappy, and I don't like it. There's 3 new characters this week. Robot 1X has 2 costumes, which are a little bit easier to get. One of them is premium. Robot 1X himself only costs 40 slime. That's kind of nice, but the Space Black outfit, Sinclair 2K, and Obsolete Bender are going to be exceptionally hard to get. They're going to be exactly as hard. I mean, I think they increase the odds a little bit, but the boxes are still bottomless. There's still a chance that you will miss the thing, so, and then the rest of the strategy is exactly the same. Like, here's the entire strategy. If you are capable of running level 80 characters, and you have Hedonism Bot leveled up, that's the best. 110's the best map to do. The Hedonism Bot is the path of least resistance, so if you were running that last week, that's your best bet. I can't even really handle that right now, so I'd say for people who have been kind of spending the level 60s, if you have 60s, even if they're still 3 stars, you can run 1-8 pretty well. Amy's pretty popular, so it's a pretty good chance that you will have her ready to go, and it's not that hard to get Robot Fry up to 59 or 60. That's probably your best bet for coins if you're at a high level. If you're stuck in the 30s, like a lot of people still are, Map 1-5 might be fine. You can choose either Scruffy and Hermes or Nightlife Amy and Robot Fry. You probably shouldn't do both. There's no real reason to 100% complete these maps. The rewards are bad. This is just a really uninspired event, and I'm just I was expecting something to build on the other robots, or something to happen to make at least some of them a little bit easier to get, but there's all this design going into these passives, into their combat stuff, and it's just being completely and totally wasted right now. I'm not really sure what's going on, if everybody's just moved on to another game, if like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Maybe we're about to have a really cool event come up, in which case, oops, I'll feel bad for lambasting everybody, but there's been not much communication, and I don't even know if it forgives the hassle that has been trying to repeatedly buy all of these boxes over and over again. I'm seeing a lot of disgruntled comments, both on my YouTube videos, on the subreddit, and everywhere else that I go, and I can't help but feel like that there's just some kind of intentional dissing going on here. This is not really how I wanted to do Futurama stuff. I like talking about game design, I like having suggestions for game design, but I like making silly voices and talking through the characters, and I had hoped that we were going to see a lot more episodic things, where we were going to see cutscenes, that we were going to see animations, and the game is really brick-walled in the last couple of months. They rolled out Christmas, and I don't think they were really prepared for the reaction to be the way that it is, and the only thing I can guess is that maybe they're panicking and they're retooling things to try to get stuff, but this was not the way to buy time. I mean, it would have been better to release nothing, or to have had just repeat the old mechanics that weren't as unpopular. It's like every time they're trying to find new and exciting ways to double down with unpopular mechanics. Stop doing bottomless loot boxes. If you want to have a cosmetic thing, if you want to have decorations in that, if you want to have a loot box that has just a bunch of junk in it, but you can finite pull out a bunch of it, that's easier to swallow, that's easier to deal with, but this event has just been bad. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't feel like doing a funny skit right now. I'm tired, and get your stuff together. Put it in a bag. Get it together. Get it together. Come on, TinyCo. This has been a legendary property that has been unfairly canceled so many times, and part of the whole reason I did this series was because of how passionate I have been about the Futurama series, and I know a lot of people who've been following along have felt the same way, and you're booching it. You're booching it a little bit.